This is Natalie Harrigan videotaping.
What is your favorite food? Is it donuts, pasta, ice cream? Imagine that you could no longer eat this food. Do you think you could do it? I'm here to talk about the different food allergies and how people are beginning to create sensitivities to certain foods. My goal is to inform you of the two most common food allergies, both celiac disease and lactose intolerance, and my own experience with food sensitivities. I have done research about both celiac disease and lactose intolerance to make myself credible, and I hope to bring awareness about these two conditions. Many of the things you eat contain gluten, whether it's pizza, donuts, pasta, all kinds of like bread ingredients. And gluten is the substance often found in wheat that holds the ingredients together. Celiac disease happens when the ingestion of gluten damages your intestines and causes scarring in your stomach. According to the Celiac Disease Foundation, people with celiac disease who eat gluten, their immune system forms antibodies to the gluten and attacks them, causing inflammation and scarring of the intestines. Symptoms of celiac disease include bloating, stomach cramps, and bad digestion. Celiac disease is hereditary, so if your parents have celiac disease or a sensitivity, it is estimated that you have a 1 in 10% chance of developing it too. Or if you have it, then your kids also have a 1 in 10% chance of developing celiac disease. It is estimated that 1 in 100 people are affected by celiac disease in the United States. Not only is celiac disease a food-related issue, but so is lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance is a condition in which people are unable to fully digest dairy foods and milk. Lactose produces lactase when it's ingested, and the lactase then turns into glucose or otherwise sugar. If your body lacks lactase, then your body can't process lactose, which produces painful symptoms. According to the Mayo Clinic, the signs and symptoms of lactose intolerance usually begin within about 30 minutes to 2 hours after eating or drinking foods that contain dairy. Some of the common symptoms of lactose intolerance include diarrhea, bloating, and abdominal cramps. People with lactose intolerance should try to stay away from milk products, but if you can't resist, then you are able to add supplements to break down the lactose. Some people might argue that you aren't able to get enough calcium without milk products, but you can still get plenty of calcium from vegetables, and if you've ever tried almond milk or seen it in the grocery store, almond milk contains 50% more calcium than regular dairy milk. Some of you may go your whole life without having problems with gluten or dairy. Unfortunately, that's not the case for me. I've always had stomach issues since I was little. About 3 years ago, I decided to take action and do something about it, and I got my blood drawn. After about a couple weeks, the results came back, and I was given a list full of foods that I needed to stay away from for a certain amount of time. And I had to start eliminating these foods from my diet. And the hardest part adjusting to the elimination of these foods was the cravings that I got from the foods that I really love. I knew that I could no longer eat these foods, and it was really hard for me to adjust to that. Especially seeing like other people eat pizza and donuts and ice cream and all that good stuff. I wanted to eat it too. But staying away from those foods has allowed me to feel a lot better about myself. I no longer have my stomach aches, and I'm able to feel better about myself, and I've learned a lot about the different sensitivities that have emerged from the processed foods in today's world. And the food we eat today is a lot different than the food that was eaten, say, 20 years ago. More processed food, along with more and more people getting food allergies, is a cause of celiac disease and lactose intolerance. Food is just simply too modified for human bodies to digest today. Celiac disease and lactose intolerance are becoming more and more common in today's world. I have noticed just in my 3 years of having food sensitivities that more non-GMO products are being sold. Soon, I think much of society will start to go away from processed foods and turn towards the foods that are good for your body, because no one wants to give up their favorite food.